Well, we're out of the Champions League. Say goodbye to Champions League for definitely for next season. We're not there. And most likely we won't be there for at least a couple of seasons, in my opinion. So grim times, and our owners are progressing towards the dressing room once again.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I mean, it was expected, right? It was expected we were going to lose, and we lost. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do a prediction in my preview, because I knew we were going to lose, and it was sad to see. It was sad to see fans leave after 79th minute when Real Madrid scored their second goal. In all honesty, the first half wasn't too bad for us, but I do have to say, I don't think Real Madrid were trying. I really don't think Real Madrid tried the first half. They sort of muscled up a little bit more in the second half. A lot of people in the fan base, a lot of people in the social media, a lot of people in punditry are saying, hey, if Chelsea play like that every game in the way we played in the first half, we shouldn't be where we are in the Premier League table when we can have a fighting chance. But let's not kid around ourselves. As I said, I don't really think Real Madrid tried in that first half. And once again, we didn't take our opportunity. Whether the opposition tried or not, I guess that's not our issue. Our issue is we had a couple of really good opportunities. N'Golo Kante, even in the second half, had a really good opportunity. But definitely in the first half, he was in the box so much time. Didn't finish. Cucurella as well. Fantastic save from Courtois. Real Madrid had their chances too, to be honest. Vinicius Junior had a chance in the first half, and also Rodrigo had a shot that was very close, hit the post. But what do you expect, right? What do you expect when you have a lineup like that? N'Golo Kante at times was playing as a striker. Let me just quickly show you guys the lineup. But first up, look at this. Todd Bowley and Baghdad Iqbali going into the Chelsea dressing room. I mean, guys, stop, man. Just let Frank Lampard have his time with the players. And I mean, this shows that you don't really trust Frank's capabilities, which we knew. I don't know why you made him an interim manager, but this constant going towards the dressing room and addressing players, you saw what happened, the repercussion. They addressed the players after the Brighton game, and half the team didn't start. That lineup, which I'll show right now, was mad, was very mad. And I don't think it's Frank Lampard's lineup. I truly believe that's Todd Bowley's lineup. I can't imagine how Frank selected that lineup being 2-0 down at home with all of those defensive players. And then we find ourselves, these guys going into the dressing room once again. I mean, they're owners. Some will tell you they're owners. They have the right to do anything and everything. Sure, but you're damaging the club, man. You are damaging it right now. We're out of everything. This is the worst season imaginable. This is the worst season I've ever seen being a Chelsea fan. I'm pretty sure for most of you guys as well. New owners come in and this is your first impression in your first year. I can understand, a lot of people will say, Miz, did you expect us to win the Premier League? No, I never. It's not one extreme to the other. I definitely didn't expect us to be 11th. I definitely didn't expect us not to score a single goal against Real Madrid over the two legs. Now we're on a 4-match losing streak that hasn't happened since 1993. All sorts of records that are getting broken on a regular basis. I didn't expect Graham Potter to be Chelsea manager. I didn't expect Frank Lampard to be the interim manager. I certainly didn't expect it to be in this manner. Okay, fine. Maybe we could have come 5th, 6th. Give ourselves a fighting opportunity in the Champions League. But not like this. I never said go out there and win the Premier League. That was never the remit. But this is poor. This is absolutely poor. This was the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Kepa, Wesley Fofana, Thiago Silva, Chalobah, James, Kovacic, Enzo Fernandez, Kante, Cucurella, Gallagher, and Havertz. This is the lineup we went with to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe at home, being 2-0 down to Real Madrid. This is the lineup we conjured up. You tell me how this makes sense. Havertz was pathetic once again. Gallagher, the Spanish Gallagher. He was so poor, so rubbish. Kante found himself in the wings as a striker. Kovacic literally gave us nothing. Enzo Fernandez tried. To be honest, another one of those matches where I don't feel too much that's gone right for Enzo, to be honest. But the entire team is rubbish. Reece James tried. He was probably one of the standout ones, but defensively he also got smoked by Vinicius. Chalobah was what he did with that Rodrigo. That in itself, I think, will get him sold. I actually had high hopes with Chalobah. I rated him. I still rate him. It's just that's a monumental mistake. There was no need for you to jump into that challenge. You could have jockeyed. You could have tried to kept on running with him. You would have just allowed Rodrigo to get the ball and just keep on running with him. No need to commit into a challenge. That just made it easy for Rodrigo to then skip past Chalobah, and then the goal eventually happened. And then obviously the second goal from Valverde just took the mick out of our defense. Was if Fofana, Thiago Silva were okay. Kepa made one or two pretty good saves. Maybe it could have been more. But overall, look, this team ain't gonna turn things around for us. Look at the firepower in the bench. I mean, surely something is wrong. There is guaranteed something wrong at Chelsea Football Club, and it might have transpired off the back of that dressing room meeting that the owners had after last game. All of these players, Mount is another one. Frank Lampard's back. Mount is Frank Lampard's son, doesn't start. It makes you think that these are directive from the board. There's no doubts about that. Mount, possibly a Liverpool player already, if I'm being absolutely honest. Mudryk, how he doesn't start. Look, I'm not going to go out there and say, he had an unbelievable match against Brighton. We were just so poor. His performance looked like it was so good because we were just thirsty for some good performances. It was still average, but it just looks great. But I would have started Mudryk in this particular match and give us some sort of attacking impetus against Carvajal that they have on their right side. But no Mudryk, no Pulisic, no Sterling, no Ziyech, no João Felix. All of these players bench. Something is obviously wrong. But this was the lineup, and I thought that was mad. This is what sums things up, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to talk too much about the match because it was expected. It was an expected loss. Yes, we had chances. I'm not going to go out there and say, if we continue playing like that, we're going to... No. As I said, Real Madrid, they took it easy. They muscled up in the second half and we got done. Yeah, we can say the story of the season is that, once again, we create chances we miss, but what do you expect from N'Golo Kante? He's always finding himself into KDB positions. He know KDB. Didier Drogba, before the match started, Canal Plus Sport, I no longer recognize my club. I think this pretty much sums up the whole situation. I think this will probably be my title for this particular video. I no longer recognize my club. It's sad. And when it comes from a legend, an ex-player, and he knew what it meant to be a Chelsea player, man. He knew. Bleeds blue, man. I swear I'm getting teary. It hurts. I no longer recognize my club. That's what it is. I no longer recognize my club. Further goes on to say, it's no longer the same club. There is a new owner, and he absolutely smashes the new ownership here. And check this out. This is bang on from Didier Drogba. It's no longer the same club. There is a new owner and a new vision. Of course, we try to compare it with what happened during the Abramovich era, where a lot of players were bought in, but the decisions were very intelligent. Look, he smashes it. The decisions were very intelligent. Because Abramovich did the same thing, brought in a lot of new players when Didier Drogba was around early days. But the decisions were intelligent. They lack charismatic leaders. You need players that take on the game. that assume their responsibilities. You need a player that brings a bit of madness to the stadium. We don't have any madness. We do not have any madness. There was another, I think it might have been from PYS. Let me have a look. It's another little bit of comment. Oh, what's this in regards to Hazard? Hazard leaving the ground with Aspie. Would have been good to see Hazard for a few minutes, but it wasn't the case. He was talking about, trying to find that quote where he's talking about, unless that's been taken out. He was talking about the different players that were bought in. Maybe that was taken out. But yeah, Didier Drogba, the other comment that I did see here, he was talking about how back then owners went with experience. They brought in a lot of experienced players to win now, whereas this owner's gone with young players. And we've really demolished the confidence of young players anyway. So the future, there's a lot of hard work for the new manager. We don't know who the new manager is as well for the time being. So there's a lot of work that the new manager has, and there's a lot of, restructure, a lot of redevelopment, a lot of confidence building that the new manager is going to have to do. So what Arsene Wenger had to say, I'm worried for Chelsea. If you don't invest the 500 million, then you have a problem. They haven't invested well. They have the same weakness as before. They don't score enough goals. They've got a lot of possession, but not enough conversion. So true. So true. We've not really thought out. Spending money is not, it's great that you spend money, but you got to spend it wisely. I don't think we've spent it intelligently. Like, we don't have a defensive midfielder. We don't have a striker. We should have. I mean, we got Aubameyang, but I don't know what the plan. Like, we've abolished him. David Fofana, nowhere to be seen. Should have got a creative midfielder. We didn't really think too much about what we wanted. As I said, sort of like that gun-ho approach. Frank Lampard, you're playing for Chelsea. I won't let anyone off the hook for now. Seeing the season out, that standard from tonight from the first 60 minutes cannot drop. I mean, look, let's not get too excited about that standard for the first 60 minutes. It wasn't as if we blew it apart. The fact that we've been so poor, that's why it makes it look like, okay, there's something there. But it's still not Chelsea standard. And this goes with what Gallagher said as well. Just quickly, Chelsea, Frank Lampard took temporary charge. First 4 games, 4 losses. I honestly can't see how Frank will win a single game. He may be the first manager, as an interim manager coming back, who could potentially lose every game in charge. Every game in charge. 4 defeats in 4 games, 100% loss record. Look at what Gallagher said. Conor Gallagher, it's definitely a big improvement from recent performances, but you need to score your chances. They did, and we didn't. And I said, this is what I said. Didier Drogba, I don't recognize my club anymore. It's so true. Conor Gallagher is sitting there and talking about big improvement. He should have just said, look, it's still not Chelsea standard. It might have been a big improvement because you've been shambolic entire season, but it's still not good enough. It's not Chelsea standard. If you're telling me that first 60 minutes we played today was Chelsea standard, then we're talking like championship teams. We've lost all identity. We've lost all our DNA of the club, the fabric of the club, whatever you want to call it. We've lost all facets of what it used to mean to be a Chelsea Football Club. It's all gone. And now we have this really sorry state of a football club. It was so sad to see fans leave after 79th minute when Real Madrid scored the second goal. The way Valverde just toyed around with us and then laid it off to Rodrigo. Rodrigo literally just walked in with the ball. We didn't score a single goal against Real Madrid over the 2 legs. I think we only scored 1 goal in the last 5 games. That was Conor Gallagher, and that was fortuitous as well last game against Brighton. Where do we go now? Look, I can't picture how we win anymore till the end of the season. Every team's just going to keep battering us. We need the new manager in. We desperately need that new manager. And we need our new owners to just allow the footballing minds to do their job. Joe Cole apparently was saying we need a director of football. My man Joe Cole, we've got quite a few director of footballs. We've got too many. We've got 3. And he thinks we need more. Yeah. Owners need to just chill back. Allow the directors, the board, to do their job. Frank needs to leave ASAP. Frank has destroyed his managerial career, that's for sure. I don't think he can find himself and get a job after this. And these players just now finish off this season. Hopefully we don't get into some relegation scrap. We're potentially going to finish maybe 13th, 14th. Hopefully that's the least that we go down. And yeah, we get rid of all these players that don't want to be at Chelsea Football Club, and we start from pre-season. It's going to be a big pre-season. The new manager has their work cut out. Really, really work cut out. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about everything. I'm going to leave you with not that lineup. I'm going to leave you with this. I think this sums it up. I think Didier Drogba has summed it up. Until next time, everyone. Take care and see you. Smash the like button. That's the least I can ask for.